Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to K2. And I want to get a bit of work done. Our bots are almost finished up with our solar farm up here, which is quite nice because we are running 63 megawatts, 67, 68. Yeah, we're doing pretty good with our solar. These things are only putting out 9 megawatts. And apparently, those guys down there aren't even running. Oh, wait a minute. It does look like they're running. Why are they not showing up on the grid power? Oh, they aren't connected to the same grid. They are only powering that at the moment, which means I messed something up. So let's fix it. Put that right there. Now they're showing up. So we're doing 50 from our solar. We're doing 0 from everything else. So that is beautiful. And I'm hoping that these will kick in before those. And if they don't, we will do some redstone. Play too much Minecraft. We'll do some red wire work with that. But I've got my laser turret shooting speed stuff done up to the second. I just got the laser turrets themselves unlocked and researched. I'm going to go ahead and do the explosive rocketry. Not sure that I'm actually going to do them because I'm not a big fan of the explosive rocketry unless I'm like blasting away at a whole bunch of really close nests or something. And I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the Tesla coil. But I need to get some red wire logic work done up here because as of right now, this is enabled if it's less than 10K for our light oil. And then this one is enabled only if we're less than 20K on petroleum. So it is currently turned on, which means that our light is going down, which means this is turning on occasionally. Problem being, this is full. That should never be the case. This should always be empty. So we're going to play around with that a bit today. But before we do that, oh, we need processing units before I can do that. Never mind. I was going to say we were going to do that. We're going to have a whole day of making new circuits so I can get my power armor. All right, so how do I want to do this? This should technically... Let's take this off of there. And we actually want to set it to our lubricant. Let me get a regular pole here. There we go. Now, will that reach from there to there? No. Alright, then we're going to disconnect it from here to there. We're going to go from there to there. And to there. Okay. So we want this, which is leading into here, but not into there. So this should be free all the time. But we want this one set to lubricant is less than, and we're going to set this for 20. So 20K of lubricant, and it will turn off this pump because we need this greater than. So that should, wait a minute, let me read again. Enable can enable if lubricant is greater than 20K. That's what we want. So right now we're at 24. And so this can now run and make us light, which is what we want. And then for the light one, it can run only if our petroleum is less than 20, which is what we have it set to right now, which is what we want. We want this to turn on only if this is low. We want this to turn on only if this is low, because we want to use our light for other things. All right, that explosive rocketry is done. Let's get the Tesla coil. This is going to cost us 500. And apparently it's wireless transmission for the equipment grid. So I'm guessing that's for our power armor and maybe cars and tanks. Maybe. We'll see. So now that should let these kick back on most of the time. We're still a bit full on heavy. We can always put in more of these if we need to, but right now I'd say we've got plenty of everything, that it's not a major issue. Okay, good. Those are kicking on. That's what I wanted to see. So 37, 8, and 8. And then the accumulators are going up. Okay, those are going down, but those are still running. And see, I think we want these to run versus those. I think. I'm not real sure. Because this says that the pollution is 125% on that. And this says pollution, where is fuel pollution is 50%. So therefore, this is going to be way less polluting than what those are. So we do not want those to kick on until last, because they are very bad on pollution. So I think, let's see. This says we are doing 10 out of there. There might not be a whole lot we can do about that. At least when our accumulators are off. They shut down pretty well as soon as solar comes on. So I guess they're going to run at night. Unless I put in more of those, which I might actually look into doing. Once we get this whole solar grid here, I'm going to put some more out here as well. I'm just waiting on them to get it done. So now let's look at our rocket fuel. So we have the choice of using light oil and oxygen, ammonia and oxygen, and hydrogen chloride and oxygen. And it looks like light oil will take less of it. Everything is the same except for that. Now, the ammonia is hydrogen and nitrogen. And to make nitrogen, I do believe we can get that from one of these. Let's do this. Nitrogen, yeah, we can get it straight from there. We get 30 from it. And that's the only way to get nitrogen. So I'm actually thinking because we have this huge tank of chlorine here. We're completely full on hydrogen because we're not using it. And the only thing we're using to make that is water and sand. So we could easily use the hydrogen chloride because we already have it made, or we can set up to make nitrogen and make ammonia, which is our hydrogen and our nitrogen. And if we already have the hydrogen chloride made, I don't know why we'd want to make ammonia at the moment. We can do ammonia for nitric acid, but I don't know what we're going to be using nitric acid for. So for the ammonia, we can use it for our rocket fuel. We can use it to make the nitric acid, and that is it. And the nitric acid we won't need until we get to an AI core and antimatter reactor. So yeah, I don't see any reason to be making that right now. So let's look here. The rocket fuel has a fuel value of 20 mj. Fuel pollution is 125%. Where the biofuel that we just set up has a fuel value of 15, a fuel pollution of 50%, but it's also slower on vehicles. So the rocket fuel would be better for vehicles like our trains. That's a 20 with fuel pollution of 150. Vehicle acceleration is 75. This doesn't say anything about vehicle acceleration. Let's look at the train real quick and just see. Make sure it can take rocket fuel for one. Okay, so yes, it can take rocket fuel. And our trains have a equipment grid as well, I see. So it doesn't sound like there's any acceleration for bonus for the rocket fuel. It just says fuel pollution 125, where this says vehicle acceleration is 80% and 90% top speed. This says 75% and 75%. So I'm guessing it's going to be 100% for rocket fuel. So let's go ahead and let's set up to make the hydrogen chlorine rocket fuel for right now. And then later on, maybe we can, if we need more, we can set up making it with light oil when we have plenty. And I'm going to go ahead and take this to make sure we have plenty of room. And we're going to build it right over here. Let's get a power pole up here. We can go from there. Go. Now we got some light. The bot should bring me in my refineries here. Here they come. Here they come to save the day. Alright, so now we're going to change this over to this recipe. And put that across there. Alright, so we need to put both fuels into the bottom, so I guess let's do it like that. Let me... how are we doing on oxygen? It is running, but we got 9 something in there. Let's go ahead and get one more of them. We can have the bots bring it over. And I'm just going to put it right there. That's actually going to be powered from there, so we're okay with that. And then let's go ahead and put in a tank. We don't need a big tank. We'll just use one of these tanks. And we'll just put it right here. And we'll just hook this pipe up right across here and into that tank. Get this rock out of here. Alright, so now we need to get our oxygen over to here. So we'll just do this down to, we'll go right above here. Alright, so now we need to bring this up and bring it over right here. Rust. And then for the oxygen, we'll do the exact same thing, but down a level. Except we will run this one all the way down, connect it there, and we just got to get all our pipes laid in here. There, and that'll work. That should make us our rocket fuel. Once we get this pipe here for our oxygen, and then the one final thing we need is iron plates. So come down here. We have our iron coming up right over here, so we can just run right off of this line here. And we'll just follow this right up this pipe because we know that's going where we need to go. Let's take this guy out of here. He doesn't need to be there. Alright, so now we'll do that for the input. And then we'll do that for the output. And now we just need to input that in here. And then output when it's done. There we go. We are now making rocket fuel. It's not going to be making that fast with only 4 of them. But we aren't going to need that many at the moment. And we can always expand this as we need. Let's go take a look at the oxygen. Tank looks like it's filling up good. Both of them are running. Alright, so that looks like that will work. The bots have got the solar done, so we can go ahead and put a few more of them in, which I'm just going to stretch them out a little bit more up there. That is not what I meant to hit. There we go. So there's our solar. And we'll just go turn that, and that goes there. There. We can't put one here because that's where our mineral water is, but we can go ahead and put one here. And we can just basically surround that for the most part. We'll let them get that built. And I guess we kind of need to give this a place to go. So let's do this and then do the red wire thing. And we want to make sure that this is set for that so they don't drop stuff in there they ain't supposed to. And we need to set this for our rocket fuel, which I'm having issues. There it is. Could not find it. And we can set that for about 50 of them. That should be enough. All right, so now we can change out all of our trains, fuel, and I'll let the bots take care of that instead of running a belt around. We got plenty of bots that can deal with it. They're not going to have to do it too often. So as of right now, we have all of this fuel just running through here. And what I will do is take that off, and we will put one of these here. Oh, wait a minute. We got to wait until we actually get the logistics for that. Okay, I forgot about that. We don't have the requester chest. So we'll go ahead and let them run on. There's probably plenty of that red fuel. So let's go ahead and just cut this line right here and let them run on the regular fuel we got left. And then when we get the logistics stuff, we can get rid of that belt line. All right, our Tesla coil stuff is about done. So let's see what we want to do. I want to get the blue circuits done. So I think that's what we're going to work on next time. We need rare metal, advanced circuits, and sulfuric acid. So I do believe that's what we're going to do next, so I can start getting my suit changed over. We may have to upgrade our sulfuric acid production up there a little bit. We'll take care of looking into that then. But yeah, next time we'll be back down here and starting up blue circuits, which means I will probably have to take this entire area. I'll copy it down to here, and then we'll put the blue off the end. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. All right, so that's it. I will see you guys next time, and we will work on getting the processing circuits done. And as always, thanks for the support. Hit the buttons, do the things, and thanks to my patrons and channel members. And I will see you guys next time.